actually believe you're real. Okay. After that, 7 to 15 years is a sweet spot. It's when an explosion phase happens. That's when all income starts expanding. That's when you get your big players on board. That's when you start attracting big players. People will say, you know what? You're serious. You have some experiences that you can give me. You can lead me. Okay, let's talk. Now, the people that you've been talking to for the last 7 years that didn't believe you in the first year, they usually come on board now. Those major players that have been watching you on your social medias, everything on those lines, they need to start coming on board now. Usually you're 7 to 15 years. And you get kind of lucky, right? You get your major flag carrier that exponentially blows everything up for you. Then 15 to 20 years, what usually happens is you usually mature out. And then you usually either have an IPO, initial public offering. Someone either acquires you or you sell. That's usually what happens. That's your phases of business. This is your business life cycle. Okay, so once you understand business life cycles, you understand this is for the long game. You're playing it for the long game. You're not playing it for a get rich quick scheme. Okay, and then let me tell you what happened with Liberation so far. So I'm so excited about Liberation because everything he told me when he recruited me has happened. Dr. Cooper, everything he told me was going to happen when he recruited me has happened. He told me that every 30, 60 days we'll be able to travel. He told me my kids will go to best private schools they do. He told me I'll be able to buy whatever car I want to buy. My cars are all paid off. He told me I'll be able to buy houses, and I have many of them now. He told me I'll be able to do a lot of different things, and everything he told me was going to happen has happened. Every single thing he told me was going to happen, he handled exactly what he told me when he sat down with me at 4 Points Hotel on Thanksgiving Day, and he explained the vision to me, has happened to me and my family's life tremendously. So when you sit down in front of people, or when you explain that vision, are you serious about what you are passing down to them? Are you willing to commit to that before you decide your succession? Now, let me tell you his career. His career is 13 years plus. He's built over 70 marketing directors in his organization. Think about what I just said. Over 70 marketing directors, 70 different agencies. Think about if you're like a McDonald's, you have 70 different franchises, okay, that has been built. $1 million of production every month. That's what's been built in Liberation. Do you think that code's been valuable? Very, very valuable. Very, very valuable, right? So let's kind of talk about what's happened. So that's like a mic drop, number one, all right? That's like, it's such a mic drop of what's been built. That's why I have so much gratitude for what his decisions that they made. And when that happens, then something gets birthed. So when he explained what he was going to do and how he can help me, I was like, okay, we need to create a mission then. And the mission of Maxlife, so you're very clear, is maximizing our personal thinking so we can influence, all right? We want people to have influence. Leadership increases influence others to maximize their God-given talents and abilities. And if you're on this call, I promise you have GTAs. Yeah, you have some things that you can bring to the table that no one else in the world can ever bring. You're unique. You have to understand that you're unique. And you need to bring those talents and gifts and abilities up. And this platform allows you to do that effectively. Okay, so that's our mission here as an organization, as an agency. And I want to be very clear on that so that you kind of understand, like, what is our mission here? We have to maximize our minds because everything starts with your mind. And we have to be able to influence others. And when you sit across from them, that you can need to pull out their gifts, talents, and abilities because sometimes they don't even understand that they are a leader. They don't even understand that they have something special inside of them. You know, so that's what you're supposed to do. All right. And because of that mission being brought, it's now going from a me too to a we too. And this is the leadership team that's been birthed from a Liberation, from now in Maxlife. And if you have a marketing director on this call, go and post on the chat right now if you're excited about working with your MD. Are you excited about working with the mission and vision that they start providing, that the agency you're part of? Are you a flag carrier for that? Are you contribute to that mission? Go ahead and post in there if you're excited about that. You should be, because that's called pride. That's called agency pride that you should have. You know, if you're working with a Joe Molina, you're working with a Helen, or you're working with a Kenny, a Apex, or you're working with the Revelation and Senior, to Joe Smith, to Steph, to the Griffiths, to maybe Maritza and Craig, to Tony, to MFL, to SWAT, to Belinda, APA. I mean, we have so many others I can't even put on the screen right now. You have Gabriel, you have so many other marketers keep popping up on our thing, which is really cool, which is really exciting. That's what's supposed to happen when a mission is birthed. Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to take legs beyond you. You're supposed to eventually look at your commission cycle and say, I don't even know who this person is. Like, I don't even know who this person is. But because of the decision, a ripple effect takes place. Because of the decision, people's lives are changing. Because of the decision you are making right now of choosing to choose leadership versus choosing just to follow, people are going to thank you. And you might not even meet those people who are thanking you. That's the coolest thing about it. All right. So that's the leadership team so far. So I'm excited about it because two things are going to happen. Everybody on this call, you have two decisions. It's so simple for you. Let me just break down the business for you. It's so simple. You're either going to have a succession or you're going to have a sale. And repeat this again. Everybody, you building your business right now, no matter if you want to do this part-time, flexible, if you really want to make this career for yourself, and this is how I usually explain the business. So if you really want to do this part-time or flexible, it's very simple. You can make an extra $2,000, $4,000 a month. Not really a big deal. I'm really doing that's really helping 2 to 4 families a month. That's not really a lot of families at all. You can really serve them. And what can happen for you? Extra $500 a month, you can change your vehicle you drive. Extra $1,000 a month, you can change your zip code you live in. Really that easy. That's part-time. If you want to go more of a full-time basis, which is more of a personal producer, which means just teach me what I need to know, I'll go do it myself, and great. You'll build a nice little code. You'll build a nice little book of business that you can own. And what's going to happen? You're going to make anywhere from $7,000 or more a month. Sometimes you'll have some $20,000 months as well in personal production. Pretty exciting. What you'll be able to do is what? You can eat where you want to eat. You can drive what you want to drive. You live where you want to live. You're going to be able to go in different communities and be able to be impactful to them because you have some money. You'll be able to, again, travel where you want to travel. You'll sit in first class versus sitting in everybody else. You have choices now. You have more choices. Okay. So your quality of life is going to increase when you step into personal production. But if you want things to really start changing for yourself, this is when you step into the marketing director position because you have to work with people. So you have to grow because now you have to work with people. So now when you work with people, now you're a broker, you could be liked or you can lead. And I'm gonna give you a little oxymoron. A lot of people say, well, I'm not here to be liked. You don't have to be liked, but if people don't like you, that's a problem. You're never gonna lead anybody. So you have to make a decision on that. And then what's gonna happen when you become a broker, you have a choice to build it as big as you want to build it. You're in position to make even $30,000 or more a month. If you're not making that a month, that's on you because our comp plan allows that to happen. That's what a comp plan is for, right? And at that point, what could you really do? Well, you really live where you want to live. Now you really have choices. Now you can fund like your IUL to the max. You can fund your kids' IULs. You can start going in investments. You can start doing a lot more things like your contests, your initiatives, everything starts increasing because you have that platform to do that. And for those that want to not just, live cool for them, they want to go legacy. That's when you start stepping into what? The chairman status, right? Because it goes way beyond you. Now you start talking about, okay, I'm making $100,000 a month, $70,000 a month. Like I'm in the 6 figures a month. So what are you going to do that with all that money every month? Now it's about, I'm stashing money for generations now. I'm stashing money for what? Changing a legacy forever. So you decide on how you want to do it. Our comp plan allows you to do however basis you want to go, from all the way up to changing generations, from just making some extra income. You decide on how you want to play this game. But at the end of the day, each one of you on this call are going to have a decision to make, okay, at the end of your maturity. And that's going to be either succession, which either you pass your code down to your kids, your grandchildren, a cousin, or somebody else because you want to keep the family empire. Maybe you guys even see this HBO special, which is Succession. Like the main guy wants to pass it on to his kids. He's deciding if he wants to keep it into his family or he wants to sell it. All right. Sell by owner. Like an Amazon bought Whole Foods because they sold it. So either you're going to sell it or you're going to what? Have a successor. You decide on how you want to do that on that day that it comes to you on your career ending, wherever you want to retire in that essence. And that's going to be a decision everybody's going to make on here. So are you building your code value so that someone wants to buy it? Are you building your code value right now where that's someone that you want to pass it down to? Your kid's going to say, dang, I want to run that empire. I want to run that. Or they're going to be like, nah, I'm cool. That doesn't look pretty exciting. You look pretty stressed out all the time. You don't even look like you're having fun. Like, does a family even want to even have your business? Because you're selling them something, by the way, every day. So be excited and be passionate on what you got going on with yourself. So let me tell you what the org chart is right now with the organization. This is the organizational chart. Okay. So Patrick and Jennifer Bet-David is what? Our CEO, founders of PHP Agency. Very, very simple understanding, right? They're the founders. Eventually, they will be what? Exiting out of the CEO position. Okay. Who's the chairwoman? Sheena Sapala right now. He's already kind of passing the baton. CDO, Chief Distribution Officer, is already what? Matt Sapala. Interesting how they're running that, right? So he's already in his exit strategy, all right, of his next moves, which eventually each one of you are going to do eventually in your future as well, is what's my next moves? I'm going to be an author. Do I want to, have a major YouTube channel as well on a platform like that? Do I want to be a major influencer? Do I just want to give back to my community? Do I want to do nonprofits? Whatever your next moves are, he's stepping into his, okay? So what happened in that process is that he recruited a guy by what? Dr. Lynn Cooper, okay, which is the head of Liberation, all right? He recruited me, okay? I recruited my wife, all right? So we're all good at sales. And if you have a spouse, you're really good at sales because it means you recruited somebody, right? She decided to be with me. So that's kind of exciting for me. All right. So then you have that. And then what happens is the leadership team is birthed beyond either whoever's direct to me. If you're direct to me, that means you were direct somehow, some way from me, or direct from an exchange leg, or you're recruited by somebody else and somebody else, right? This is your organizational chart. Does it kind of make sense? Hopefully I see only a couple of faces. I can't see everybody's faces and do the presentation at the same time. It's kind of always interesting doing presentations like this because you can never like see everybody. So you don't even know what the reaction is. You don't know what's going on. You don't even know if you're asleep. You don't know what's going on. Like you're just kind of like just talking kind of like at a wall. But anyways, so this is kind of like the organizational chart. So you guys, maybe you're a part of like a APA. Okay. How many levels down are you from the CEO and founder? Because eventually it's going to be huge. PHP is going to be monstrous. There's going to be marketing directors on the marketing director, marketing director, marketing director, marketing director, marketing director. You're going to be like, there's going to be people who recruit. It's going to be like 50 down in agencies. They're going to be like, oh my gosh. And they're going to be like 10 years, 15 years from now, they're going to come back to you and say, you were that close to Patrick? You were there when Patrick was there? Like you were there when the founder was there? That's crazy. They're going to say stuff like that. And Patrick's going to show up, you know, with all gray beard and everything else. And you know, show up the different, you know, different events that we have when you start having 100,000 people in the stands, 500,000 people in the stands. And people will be like, oh my gosh, you were there when he was there? I can tell you were there because you had a 5-digit code. You had to be there. I have a 10-digit code. My code number is 567899999. Like you have a 5-digit code. You had to be there when he was there. What was it like? What was it like? You're going to give your stories. You're going to give your stories. And the cool thing about the opportunity right now is you still have an opportunity to still build a relationship with him. Isn't that kind of cool? Like right now you have an opportunity to still build a relationship with that guy that's obviously has some major moves on his next move list because he doesn't do anything small, right? So this is your organizational chart and what's happening right now. You already know what happened with Liberation. Liberation has decided to what? Not have a successor. They decided to sell. Does that make sense? So you had two choices. Liberation decided to what? Sell. That's their choice. You have that choice too when it's your time. If their code is valuable to do that. So what happened? Well, he sold it to what? Jose and Marlene Gaitan, which is TGA. But he needed to sell it to them, which is very exciting. We'll be very, very clear with everybody because usually when a code is sold or a business is bought, it's bought by one person. So usually it would be bought simply by TGA, and then now where we are, we shift right under TGA, and that's where we are only. But then that means now we don't get full incentives from what? The other side or anybody else because there's no really money incentive for them to talk to us just because they like us, maybe, right? So then when that would happen is you have also Money Spark that bought us. So the Maxlife organization is split, okay? So they were replaced by TGA and MSM. Which is a very, very big opportunity because you're not full of either one. You're a hybrid now of both. let me tell you how big that is. That's very huge. Why? Because again, you already see the exit strategy is happening. If you're smart, you understand how to build relationships very quickly with a CDO and a chairwoman that's going to be running the company. And then also the top biggest teams now are both direct in regards. We are direct to both those teams. So we're a hybrid now. Does that kind of make sense? So it's kind of interesting for me now that I'm going to have like, I have two uplines. I have one, now I have two. Weird, huh? So it's kind of weird. I have conversations with both sides. Like I have two phones in essence saying, all right, here's what's going on over here. Here's what's going on over here. But really what happens in this organization, nothing really changes in essence for you, okay? Only thing that changes is your leadership changed. So now you have more what? Leverage, opportunity. Your opportunity changed tremendously. Let me repeat this again. That 199 you spent, okay? Your opportunity just changed. Your opportunity officially just changed. It got bigger. Because if you're a part of TGA, guess what only happens? You're only part of TGA. If you're part of MSM, what only happens? You're only part of MSM. But now what do you get to see? Both. You're unique. You're a hybrid. So hopefully you understand that you're not just on one side or the other. That's completely, like, that's a very, 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 very big deal. Very, very big deal for people that understand exactly what I'm saying. And eventually it'll kind of dawn onto you. Maybe the light bulb will click in, hopefully in the future. If it hasn't hit you yet, like, damn, like that's really serious. Like I get an opportunity to get locked onto by both. Like you don't have to say, oh man, I just work with someone that makes $40,000 a month anymore. Yeah, that's cool. We make that. But now you get to say stuff like this. Man, my coaches make anywhere from $200,000 a month too. Do you have anybody else in your life that's able to coach you that makes $200,000 a month and is willing to teach you? That's willing to teach you though. Not just because they make the money and they call themselves a mentor, but they're willing to teach you how to do it too. Do you have anybody like that in your life? That's kind of cool that now you can like say that, like my coaches, my uplines are in that lineage. Kind of cool to be able to say that opportunity now for yourself. So the leverage just increased tremendously for you. So it's only up from here. Does that kind of make sense? Only up from here. The opportunity simply changed. Let me give you a kind of understanding on this. If you're not following them on social media, follow them. Okay. I want to give cool. Like I saw what Stephanie did. She's like, hey, you know, I'm so excited about my coaches that I'm going to be getting coached by. You know, she tags in Jose. She tags in, you know, Matt. She tags in Sheena. You should start tagging in all your uplines and talk about, man, I'm so fired up about my coaches and what's going to happen in the future. I'm so excited about learning about how to make $200,000 in a month. I'm so excited. Like you should start doing it on your social medias and at them and say, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be locked on to one day. I'm great. Like, I'm not saying that you are because that's a performance based, of course, but you have that opportunity. You have that choice. You have that playing field now. What you do with that, just like when everyone spends on 189, wherever you decide how to drive this thing is how you're going to drive it, right? So we're very excited about it. So add them if you haven't already. So what's really new though? Let's kind of break down what's really new. Well, for us, me and Spring, okay, we have a reputation here is what it is. You know, a lot of people know us in the organization in PHP simply because of what we've been able to do thus far. So we've had a coach, like how I look at it as almost like having like a Doug Collins. Like when Michael Jordan first stepped into the league, you know, he did all this potential and all these different things. He got scoring titles. Like he couldn't win championships though. Like for some reason, the team wasn't there. He couldn't lead them the proper way. He just couldn't win championships. It wasn't that he wasn't trying. It wasn't that he wasn't practicing every day. It wasn't that he wasn't doing his thing. It just didn't work out that way. What's new is now we have Phil Jackson, but we have Phil Jacksons. Does that make sense? So if you add all their rings together, that's 11 rings, by the way. Isn't that kind of cool how you kind of add them all together? All the rings together is 11 rings. So now we get coaching from both. So what's going to happen moving forward is almost like when Phil Jackson took over the franchise of the Chicago Bulls, starts coaching those teams, the standards increased, the triangle offense came and changed it. Where the way they were running things, systems, everything was shifted. So what started happening? Champions, they start becoming, rings start happening, teammates start winning, and they all were set up for the future. This move is a setup for the future. Like Steve Kerr, the only reason why he was able to go and become a head coach is because he won a championship back with the Chicago Bulls. Let me repeat that again. The only reason why he was even in that name to even become a head coach, so to be able to coach Steph Curry and win 3 championships as a coach, was simply because he was set up by winning a championship with Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, and everyone else. So a lot of your futures are getting set up right now, just so you understand. A lot of you guys are going to be best-selling authors. A lot of you guys are going to your identity is going to increase like tremendously. I mean, talking about all the material stuff is a default. I mean, all your Bentleys and everything else that some of you guys are fired up about, that's going to be a default by just being in this environment. That's what's about to start happening. Okay, so I'm excited about what the transition is taking place. So that is new. That's definitely new. The coaching is definitely going to be new. Why? Because there's new words, new language, new identities, new verbiage are going to be spread now moving forward. So let me kind of give you an idea what's happening, the transition, what's happening here. So what did we learn from MSM? What are we going to learn? We're going to learn systems and strategy. So we're very, very strategic in everything we do. There's no false moves here. It's all chess. System and strategy. We're going to learn how to be money smart. A lot of you guys are not money smart on this call. I see you guys, what you be doing. A lot of you guys don't take care of a lot of different stuff. And we got to fix that. You're not really money smart. Okay. So we're going to fix that. That is going to be fixed moving forward. Okay. Professional at all times. Understand that you are being watched. You are an example. Even when you don't want to be, you are being an example. So being professional. Vision. Your vision is going to be stretched. I promise you, your vision is going to be stretched. That is going to happen by default. Standards. Your standards, yes, your low standards, are going to have to change. Okay. They will have to change or you will be filtered out. So standards will increase. Your leverage has tremendously increased. Your leverage has tremendously increased because you don't have this one side or the other. You have now like, it's like crazy how much leverage you got now. Integrity. Your integrity will increase. Okay, we're going to learn that. All right, no excuses. A lot of you guys have excuses that, again, are not helping to contribute to the goals that you have. You're going to learn how your excuses really don't mean anything here in this environment. So what you used to sell yourself as an excuse won't be no longer acceptable. Okay, especially if your dreams are going to demand a bigger of you. Brand. You're going to learn more branding. Like, how do I brand myself effectively on social media platforms, stuff like that? Example. Every day, day in, day out. We were talking to one of the SCPs before this call, and we're getting this notices all from what MSM is doing, and things we're going to have to do a strategy call tomorrow with them. And it was pretty interesting. And one of the SCPs was talking to me, and they say, "Damn, do they ever take a day off? Like, it's something all the time with them." And so we post like a hamster wheel running, and we were laughing so hard because their example is day in, day out. Day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And they get to work. And they get to work. And a lot of you guys got tired for me just even saying that. But the crazy thing is that they don't look tired. They look like they're having a lot of fun. Because all of them, all their bank accounts are pretty full right now. All their guys are winning. Because they understand that for a season, they need to sacrifice something so they can have exponential success. So winning is what you're going to be seeing. That's what we're going to learn from MSM on the left side. The right side. So we add them plus what we're going to learn from TGA. We want to learn from them. Competition, baby. Aren't you excited about that? All you guys say, man, I'm a little sensitive, stuff like that. Going to kick that out the wall. Yeah, you're going to get over that real quick. Okay. So competition is going to increase. All right. Flag carriers. When I talk about flag carriers, they have flag carriers. Okay. They have flag carriers. You're going to learn about what flag carrying really looks like. What is that? What does that mean to be sold out? Why would I carry a flag? To be a flag carrier means you have to carry something. All right. It's not just like perk, it's you're carrying something. You're carrying a lot. You're the first one getting hit all the time. Why would you want to be a flag carrier? Are you really grateful? It's a reason that a lot of people say it because it's like a Me Too movement right now. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. But are you really grateful? Like, are you really, really grateful for people that made decisions to make sure you have your opportunity better for you? Are you really, really grateful? Because your attitude and your respect shows it, by the way, right? And how your performance will always show how really grateful you are. Closeout. Do you know how to close out? Like today is a closeout. You're going to, like, TJ going crazy today on closeout because that's what they do. The closeout culture. They know how to what? Rally. Everyone get together and go, boom. Everyone go together and they all move at what? Unison. You're going to learn that from them. You are going to learn that from them. You're going to learn how to hustle. Like, turn your hustle on. Okay. Like, there's no excuses. Like you don't get it done. We're going to hustle this until it's done. Standards are going to increase. No excuses. Team unity. They run like a familia. Like, it's very family oriented. We love that. Identity, high identities. They believe that they're God's chosen. Okay. You can't tell them anything else. Like, they believe it. Like, their DNA, like, they believe it. Right. And they believe they should win. They expect to win. So they win. So if you add all those together, what you're going to get on both sides, that equals Maxlife 3.0. You're a hybrid. So you don't just get one side, which gives you the team of the decade. You don't just get the other side, which gets you the #1 income earners. You're going to get both. All right. You're going to get both. You're going to become a hybrid moving forward, which I'm pretty excited about, which is the upgrade. Okay. If you're excited about that, go ahead and post in the chat about what's about to happen and what you're going to be doing moving forward, because I'm fired up about the 3.0 version of what's happening here. So we are Maxlife 3.0 moving forward. Okay. Why? Because we never really had a seat at the table, baby. We never had a limit. Okay, go ahead and mute yourself if someone whoever's co-hosting can mute whoever's talking with their low standards. I really appreciate that. Yep, love you. All right, so seat at the table. Okay, we never had a lineage where we had a seat at the table. Well, guess what? We have 2 people at the table at all times. Let me repeat that again. We have 2 people at the table at all times. So your pathway of getting to the table just opened up like the Red Sea. I'll repeat that again. It just opened up like the Red Sea. Now, some of you guys are going to be fearful to step into the Red Sea because you see water on both sides. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to collapse with it. Or some of you guys will have some faith and say, no. God would never put me in this pathway to let the water collapse on me. So it's okay if the water is big and it can collapse on me, but I'm going to walk right through this to my destiny. And hopefully you do for yourself and get your seat at the table because it's going to be wide open. All right. Let's keep going with that. What's the future of this? What's the history? So let me kind of give you guys a little bit of the history and a little bit of the future. So Maxlife 1.0, okay, because there's versions to the game of this, was established in what? You can see it, 2013 was established. That's when we became a broker team, okay? 2014, we were chosen as an agency to be a part of Patrick's starting five. That's when he started the dream team. He says, you know what? I want this agency. This was his vision from the beginning. This is the reason why we believe like this, because he put it in our heads. He says, you need this agency to be a pillar of the company. All right. That was chosen by him. Next was 2014. First national headquarters was in Rancho. Some of you guys were there when we first started our national headquarters. 2015, we were recognized as a six-figure operation. 2017, our agency acquires its first round of equity shares of PHP agency. That was 1.0, first version. Cool. Did some things. Maxlife Agency 2.0. This is when it transitioned. The second transition was 2017. There was a company record that was done by Joe Molina, 31 directs. Shifted the company. Okay. In 2018, promoted a second Iron Man of the company. That was just Joe Molina again. He shifted the company he came in. He didn't come in. He was very impactful right when he stepped in. Shifted everything. 2018, agency recognized as having 2 MDs on the dream team call. So he went straight from director to dream team. Straight from director to be coached by Pat. Never happened before. Never had 2 MDs. We're the first agency to ever have 2 marketing directors on the same team on a dream team call. That was a phase of 2.0. Let's keep going. Agency double promotes. We went from MD to EMD team. And in 2018, we have 4 equity earners in that 2.0 version. 4 people acquired equity shares of PHP agency, which we're very, very excited about. That's what happened in 2.0. What's going to happen in 3.0? Are you guys excited about 3.0? Well, guess what? 2020 just happened right now. Agency under new leadership, baby. We are officially under new leadership. We have officially had a hostile takeover, right? That's kind of what just happened. Hostile takeover. Now we're under new leadership. 2021 will be a chairman team by far. Not even been thinking about that. 2025 will be a master builder team. So there will be 3 direct millionaires. There'll be 3 direct million point based shops that do it 3 times in a row. And there will be 3 direct chairmen. You decide if you want those roles. 2029 will be what? I'm telling you guys the vision, because you guys have to understand the vision where this thing is going. 2029 will be 100,000 licensed agents, 1,000 marketing directors, 100 chairmen, and 100 million in value. How much equity of that do you want? How much equity of that do you want? Because that's what you're in. That's exactly what you're in. Get your piece of the pie, baby, because that's what we're in right now. This is 3.0. I'm very, very excited about it. Hope you guys are excited about what's happening too. So what's really new though? Like, let's talk about it. Technology. So PHP has changed, obviously. This technology that just happened, October is like a huge month because October was Bamboo that got presented, and then we get shifted. 2 major things just happened. So Bamboo, which are all technology, which definitely surpasses all our competitors because they don't have anything like Bamboo. They don't. Our compensation videos with Matt that he's pushed out that targets everybody else from Family First Life to New York Life to all the producers mentality in the industry versus agency building and why we're the best model by far. That's definitely changed. We have no problem attacking that. And then obviously our leadership has changed. But the real question is going to be very simple for you. You're listening to me? Are you going to change? Are you going to change? Because everything else is changing. Everything else is changing. PHP has definitely changed. Platform has definitely changed. Leadership has definitely changed. Are you going to change? Are you going to still keep fighting yourself? Because there's 3 different people on this call. And Patrick keeps talking about it. The first one is what? Very slow. You hearing what I'm saying? You heard it. You understand now there's an opportunity coming. But you're okay. You're so slow with hopping on the bus that you let it pass your way. So you miss the bus. Okay? You miss it. So you're too slow to hop on. Number 2, you're just the same. You think that the same person you have been is going to be the same person going to allow you to get to the new levels that you want to get to. So you contradict yourself. You think showing up on calls like this, the way you've been showing up, the way you're doing with your same energy, the same attention and all that, you think it's going to be the same. I'm here to give you an alarming notice that it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. And if you think you can keep approaching the same way, you're going to keep getting everything you consistently keep getting. And if you're okay with that, stay the same. Okay. Number 3, you're excited. You're fired up. You want new dreams. You actually feel good about what's happening. Like everything you look like, your perspective is all bright. There's no negative with you. Everything is encouragement. And by the way, encouragement is the fuel to your soul. I'll repeat that again. Encouragement is the fuel to your soul. There's not a person in the world that will ever receive encouragement and say, damn, I just hate that you encourage me so much. So stop talking to me and stop encouraging me so much. Like, no, like you get excited. Like you want people around you that always encourage you. Are you that person? Are you a person around that's always like positive? Like people want to be around you because your vibes are exciting. Like things are always going good. Even when things are going bad, you look at it as a good way and say, oh man, it's going bad because I need to learn something from here. So it's going to be good anyways. I'm good. Like, what's your perspective look like? How do you lead that way? Are you always excited? New dreams. And now you have a pathway for those dreams to actually become reality. I hope you really choose that as we move forward because you really have that opportunity. That's what's changing. Hopefully, again, you change. And we can't make you change. We can change everything around you, but the only one who can make you change is going to be you. We can put the best coaches around you, which you do have. But are you going to change? We're going to see. Okay. So let's keep going because the number threes, the ones that decide to change, they're going to, guys, it's a default. It's just a default. The options are going to increase. It's a default. The houses, if you want houses, I mean, the self-esteem, a lot of you guys are little cats. You guys got to start looking at yourself as lions already because you are one already. Like this understanding is like your self-esteem and identity has to change. And start walking into who you know you are already, which is a leader. You have dominion on everything you walk over. That's just what it is. Every place you step in, you have anointed ground, holy ground you walk onto, because you got to know what you're a part of. Cars, that's just a default. Okay, you're gonna be walking in dealerships and get what you want. I mean, a lot of you guys want to be a part of committees, like the Spanish committee. You want to help your community out. Some of you guys want to be a part of the production committee. Some of you guys want to be a part of the crusade committee. Some of you guys want to be a part of the, the capitalism committee. All these committees are getting put together. Guess what? You have people at the table at all times. Now, the real question is, are you going to position yourself to be at the table by your performance? Traveling is not going to be a real big deal. Your passport is going to be fully tatted. That's what my kids call passports. They say, can I get a tattoo of my passport with a stamp? Right? It's going to be fully tatted. You're going to have all types of sleeves in there. All right. When I say that for all my baby boomers and everybody else, I mean like ink when they stamp it, that's what I mean. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of pages full with a lot of different places you're going to be able to go and travel. All right. And raising the bar. Are you going to be the one that raises the bar? Or are you going to be the one that just holds the bar where it's at? Are you the person that when you come into rooms, you come into environments, are you just one that just sucks up everything? You don't say nothing. You don't give no value. Those that don't give value, no one perceives you as valuable. Let me repeat this again. If you do not give value, no one perceives you as valuable. So when you're in the environment that you're in, do you heat up the room? Do you give value to the room? Are people excited that you're in the room? Or do you only give value to those that only help you? I'll repeat that again. So I only give value to my downline, I only give value to my staff because that directly affects my income. Or do you give value to your sidelines because that's where you actually get full value tenfold because it has no incentive for you to give it? Do you give value to the one that coaches you because you want to help them because you want to get coached better? Or do you just, only thing you do is look down because it only affects you? That's level 1 leadership, baby. That's level 2 shielding. Hopefully you guys rise in that. It means you raise the bar. It means you look up at all times. You help all things. And what happens is you'll be helped at all times. That's the number 3s. Whoever decides to come this, because we're on this computer, your phone, like cash just pours out at you. It's going to start pouring out at you. Isn't that kind of cool? Like it's just going to start happening. You're like, man, like you'll never worry about money again. Those will be the last of your worries, baby. So your line in the sand is coming. November 1st is coming very fast. It's coming. It's coming. And you got to put your line in the sand, baby. You got to let the old you go away by now. Got to let the old you go away. So will you be a part of the story? Because it's going to be a story. Don't get it twisted. There's going to be a major story coming. It's too much of a calling on too many people in this call. Too much favor, too much anointing for not to be a story. That's just, what are we doing this for? We ain't doing this for nothing. All right. So there's going to be a story. But the real question is, will you be the story? Like, what are you playing in the part of the story? Like, will you be the story or just be a part of one? Hopefully you be the story. And so I pray you do. Put the line in that sand already. Let me kind of explain the vision, okay? And will you help us? I'm asking you, will you partner with us? Very simple. Very simple. I know where we're going. It's very simple for us. Okay, very clear. Very, very clear. I haven't been this clear in a very long time. And I'm very, very grateful to be clear, because sometimes you get muddy and you're like, hey, what's my next moves with my next moves? But when you clear your next moves, oh my gosh, you can play free and you feel good. All right. And that's where we're at right now, baby. So what's the vision? Vision is very simple. 100,000 licensed agents. It's a double game, though. We're 8.5 doubles away from 100,000 licensed agents. Will you help us with that? I was having a conversation with one of our guys, Jose, one of our new directs. I'm very excited about him, by the way. I think he's going to do some major things. And he was like, I don't really understand the doubles. I was like, it's really not a big deal, because let's just say that I have 300,000 licensed agents. Let's say that you have one. Is it harder for me to double than it is for you to double? He was like, yeah, of course. He said, so I just saw him. I said, how easy this game is for me just to get everybody just to double once. Okay. I just need everybody to double once. Then I automatically double. And repeat that again. I only need everybody to double once, and then we automatically double. So if I have 300,000 licensed agents and I get everybody to double once, we're automatically at what? 600. That's called the power of one, by the way. All right. So we're 8 power of ones away from 100,000 licensed agents. Is that a lot? That's going to go by very quickly. Okay. That's going to go by very quickly. Maybe you have a goal of 50,000. How close are you to yours? Maybe you have a goal of 25,000. Maybe a goal of even more than that, 200,000, 300,000, whatever it may be. It's the double game. It's the power of one. A lot of you guys look at these numbers and you keep adding. Stop adding. Adding doesn't work. Some of you guys subtract with your attitudes. Your attitudes subtract everything. Some of you guys divide with some of your attitudes. Well, let's change that up as we move to number 3 so we can double up. That's multiplication. 7.5 doubles away from 1,000 marketing directors. All you on this call could be a marketing director. If you're not thinking big enough, I'm here to shake it up to you. Marketing director is not a big deal, okay? Hit marketing director already. It's just will. It's just will. It's just you making a decision. Go make a decision, hit the MD already. You're going to be part of the 1,000. But the real question is, how many marketing directors are going to have? A lot of you guys don't think past that. You just think about MD. So that's why things stay small for you. What's past that? How many people fit with you? If I have a team and I'm a director right now, I'm not talking about MD. I'm talking about, I need 6 MDs. I'm trying to hit SVP. Who on this call can be, who on with me is going to be a MD? Guess what happens? You automatically going to go way bigger than that. You're going to pass that up. But then you say start small, you say, well, I just hit MD. Then what happens is, then they start thinking, well, now I got to lower my vision too. So now this is the only thing you have to hit MD leader. Then all I have to do is hit like FA. No, we need you to do bigger than that. We have bigger goals and dreams. Push it out farther. All right. So we need 1,000 marketing directors. How much equity will you have? That's only 7.5 doubles. Not a big deal. How about another one right here? 100 chairman's councils. That's when generations start changing for you. Will you be the one when they have the oil painting, in the manner that you have? Yeah, when it has like Johnson on the front of the gates, when it opens up and all the family drives in. You know what I'm talking about, right? Whatever your last name, insert your last name, whatever that is. And they have the oil painting of you and they say, gosh, man, I remember great champagne, right? Great champagne grandma, right? It's crazy what she did, because what she did, look at how we live today. Oh my gosh. Will you be that one? How many MDs will you have? How many chairmen will you have? Doubles, look, we're only 100 million, like 8.5 doubles away from 100 million. You know how fast it's going to skyrocket? Like, I'm here. A lot of you guys get scared of money, okay? Like, you know how fast your money's about to increase? Let me repeat this again. You know how fast you're about to be a major story. A lot of you guys are going to have a story like this. Dang, man, I was making $25,000 and I was grinding hard. And all of a sudden, man, my belief, my philosophy changed. I started believing in me and what I really got to work. And I went from six figures in 6 months. How crazy that was. I was big when 25,000. I was big at 50,000. I was struggling at 50K. Now we make 50K in a month. Not a big deal. And eventually it's going to start increasing because of the multiplication game. Don't self-sabotage it. Just keep increasing. All right. And PHP's goal is very simple, guys. PHP's goal is very simple. 5 doubles away from 500,000 licensed agents. We're 5 doubles away. Do you understand that all the leaders are fired up about that? Like, we're excited about that. A lot of people want to say, you guys are only 17,000 licensed agents away. Yeah, you're a pessimist. It makes sense why things don't happen great in your life. We're actually very optimistic. Like, we're fired up about the goal. That goal actually gets us excited, right? Because we're going to go eat it up. because it's going to make history and we want to be a part of history. I was told directly when I got recruited. Okay. I remember 2013 Rock Tour, Las Vegas, Patrick, me and him having a conversation. And he looks me dead in my eyes. He says, Curtis, very simple. You can make a lot of money. Not a big deal. You live in America. If you don't make money here, that's a decision you made. It's America. You can make money. But making history, whole different deal. Which one you want to be a part of? Does making money get forgotten, or you want to make history? You want to be part of history? Oh shit! I was like, that's easy. We're here to make history. Let's go make some history. Let's go contribute to history. I'm going to be a part of that. And 500,000 licensed agents is history, baby. And we're going to surpass that by far because it's only 5 doubles away. And everybody's very focused on it. The real question, will you partner with us to help us with the complete the vision and contribute to the history that PHP is looking to do as well? And if you are serious about that, go ahead and post. I'm committed in the chat. Go ahead and post. I'm serious. I'm not curious. I'm not just step-toeing with this. I really am serious. I think I am chosen to help my community and culture. I think I am chosen to help my family. I think I am chosen for that. If you are, let's get after it. Stop playing T-ball. Let's play in the major leagues because everyone has a decision. A lot of people are in the D League still, and we've been in the D League, guys. Believe me, we've been in the D League. Now we're in the NBA. Usually, we've been playing T-ball. Now we're going to play. You're about to play in the major leagues, baby. Like you're about to step into a whole different realm. So hopefully you're very fired up with what's about to happen for yourself and you're preparing yourself for what's about to happen in your life, and everybody around you is going to be rippled by that. So what's an effective vision system? So I just told you the vision, okay? Casted the vision, you got the vision. Cool, you got it. Number one, the leader must have a vision, number one, before anything else can happen. Just casted it to you. Very clear on it. Number two, you must talk to all the influencers. So all my influencers on here, if you think you're a leader, okay, everybody's born to be a leader, but you have to choose to lead. If you think you're a leader, okay, and you believe you're an influencer, I'm talking to you. That's the vision, okay? I'm talking to you, all right? Then the leader asks for influencer inputs. All the marketing directors were off, in the cabins, close to God, right? And we were having a conversation about the mission. We're having a conversation about the vision. And they said this is what they wanted. Cool. We had that question. We had the inputs. Leader adds inputs of the ideas. We shifted the whole mission of Maxlife back to the original one because the leaders decided, they said they wanted back to maximizing our personal thinking, to influence others, and maximize God-given talents. We changed it back because the leader said, that's what I want to rock with. We changed it. So we take the leader's influence, the leader's inputs, and that's what you do. You change it to what people want to have what? Equity of. That's what you want equity of? That's what your leadership group wants to have equity of? Let's get after it. Then influencers share vision with those they influence. So all my influencers, you need to share with your people that you have influence on. You need to share with those individuals. Then the leader asks the influencers to model the vision. Model the vision. Model the vision. Stop just saying it and start living it. Start really maximizing your thinking. The way you think, really maximize it. How many books you read, how many podcasts, what type of associations you have that are pouring into you. Like your language lets us know if you're modeling it or not. Your example lets us know if you're modeling it or not. Are you really attacking the vision? Let's get after it if that's serious for you. And number 8, leader and the influencers ask for buy-in from the team. So guys, that's what we're doing here today. We're asking for buy-in. Do you guys want to be a part of the vision? Are you going to be part of the mission? Are you ready to rock and roll? And if you're serious about that, strap your seatbelt on, baby, because we're about to get on the Autobahn. That's what I keep telling people. You're not on the freeway anymore. We have to go 65 miles an hour, maybe even 90. Some of you guys do 100. You're on the Autobahn where there's no limit here. However fast you want to take this, we can go. All right. And let me give you guys the last 2 concepts before we end here today. Leadership system of power of choice. And when you become a leader, when you actually decide to develop your leadership, because again, everybody on this call is a leader, you have dominion. Number 1, you are all born to lead and you all have dominion. That is what it is. Your choices after that is up to you. Okay. That's like if you were born, okay, in a family that's royalty. They're a bunch of kings and queens. You're the next heir in line. You're a prince. You're a princess. You're next. But you decide to live like a peasant. That's your choice. You are heir to the throne. but you decide to live under your means. You decide to live in those low means. You decide to have that low identity. You decide. So you have a power of choice. So God created you to lead and have dominion. So you already have heir to the throne. So are you going to walk in that? So your choice is very simple. Choose your vision. Okay, that's number one. Choose your team. I love our business because aren't you the one recruiting? The leader's the one recruiting. So you get to choose the team to help you with the vision. You choose the values as well. Okay, so you choose the values that guides you guys to consistently moving forward, having integrity, being positive, work ethic, little principles and values that are very serious for you, having decency and order, trust and transparency, win-win. Okay, faith, family, business. These are all principles and values that we talk about quite a bit to guide us to what? The vision. And then you choose the profile. What do you want the team to look like? What does it look like? And just because you have a dream doesn't mean that the vision takes place. You have to build a dream team. The dream doesn't get you there. The team gets you to the vision. The team gets you to the dream. The leader can have a vision and a dream all day, but the team doesn't want to get there. Then what does the leader need to do? Go recruit a new team that wants to get to the vision and the mission if they're not bought into it, right? And that's what exactly happens. And you have that choice as you move forward in regards to your leadership capacity. These are the 4 leadership choices that all of us have anytime we're building something. Anytime you have a vision, anytime you have a mission. There's a lot of people that have visions, doesn't mean they're leaders. But a leader has to have a vision for everything to move forward. So let me end with this. When your focus is to start looking right versus getting it right, everything starts to become right. So change your focus on just trying to look right all the time. Okay? And actually focus on getting it right. And things in your life will actually become right. A lot of people try to play it. Stop playing it and actually do it and watch what happens and by the default of that. Because I really believe it's a time for us all to maximize our life to the fullest. I really believe that your shadow is a lot bigger than who you are right now. I think you're a lot bigger. And I'm going to be very, very clear. We are not just TGA. We are not just MSM. We are Maxlife 3.0. That's a hybrid of the best. You are very unique. Okay. That's like if TGA and MSM had a baby, they birthed you. Get it? All right. So you're not just one. You're not just the other. You're a hybrid. So when we are going these calls, when we go in any of these environments, you're not just TJA. You're not just MSM. No, I'm a hybrid. I'm the best of both worlds, baby. My blood is stronger than all you guys in this room. And you need to walk in that because your DNA is stronger than all of them because you're learning from both. You're not one or the other. You're both. And that's why you're Maxlife 3.0. So we're here to bring impact and increase in any room we walk into. So understand that anytime we go into these group meetings, anytime we go to anything, fast start schools moving forward or whatever's going on, we're coming as a group to add impact, not just to be there, not just to say, oh my God, I'm so excited you accepted us. No, we're a gift to them. Okay, does that make sense? We just increased their codes. We just increased their value and we're going to bring value to the table because that's what we're here to do. So what's going to happen? What's next? Well, guys, you guys are about to get added to the MSM group meet. It's like over 4,000 people in there. You're going to see what the culture is there. And we're not there to get lost. We're there to come in and impact and compete. Don't get lost in there. We're going in as a group to go and compete. Not just to be there as saying, oh my gosh, I'm just excited to learn. No, no, no. I'm here to learn. I'm here to compete and I'm here to grow. Very, very simple. Okay. So when you go into the group meet that's going to get added to in a minute, the emojis, okay, I want you to add a lion on the end of your name. So whatever your name is, right? So it could be, Mary Sally Rayford. You want to put your name in there on a group meet, whatever it is, just put a line on the end of it. Okay. So we are able to what? Still have an identity in that large sea of green. Okay. And if you can add it on to the TGA, a large sea of all that red, and you understand like we're different right here. Just one, we're not just one of y'all. All right. We have different blood here. And national call officially of our introduction, I call it signing day, is tomorrow, November 1st. So go ahead and put it in your calendar. You'll get the details of what the number is for that call, because we'll be hopping on their national call, which will take place at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay, which is 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And for those that really want to compete and start, you know what I'm saying, I really want to get after it. I want to get coached by Sapala. I want to get locked onto. I want to be able to have that information. Some of you guys want to go get on Top Gun call also with Gaitan. I'll also give that some of that information too. To even get on that call, you have to have 5 directs and 7,500 points in a month, and you have to be licensed to get coached by Sapala if you're a non-MD. So all my non-MDs on this call that need to get the non off their names already. If you want to become a marketing director, you want to be coached by your CDO, all right? Well, there goes your requirements. Go knock that off. So if you don't have 5 directs and 7,500 personal points this month and you're licensed, what should you be doing this month? What should your closeout look like? So tomorrow you can hop on that MD to B call so you can get that thing taken care of before Thanksgiving. So you get that thing taken care of before Christmas. So you'll be able to walk into 2021 as a broker with your own agency already, walking into what you need to walk into. It's not a big deal. It's going to happen very quickly. And be very flexible with us as the transition moves forward, okay? So yes, you'll be getting all different things during band, all updates and everything. So new schedules coming on how we're going to be doing things, BOMs, everything. Don't worry. There's a lot of stuff coming. Be very, very flexible as leaders. I'm just very, very excited. I'm very, very grateful to be able to have the opportunity to lead because this is a volunteer group. Let's be very, very clear. This is a volunteer group. No one's forced here. You guys spend $199 to get started. It's not a lot of money. All right, let's repeat that again. A lot of you guys wasted on dinner or wasted on some Jordans or wasted on dumb stuff, right? So $199 is not a big deal. It's not a big investment to get started with PHP Agency. So the fact that you're still here and what you're growing means there's value still being added to you that you're receiving, and you know that things that there's a future that's possible for you. Let me be very, very clear again. Your opportunity has completely just changed. Repeat it again.